Welcome to the Full of Tracy Money Audio Commentary. This is Owen Tracy recording. It is 3:02 p.m. and that is Central Time, and today is December 29th, and I hope everyone had a restful weekend and a couple of days off. I certainly had a wonderful time. We played some tennis during the balmy Boxing Day, and then there's been this schizophrenic almost change in the weather where the temperature has dropped from 30 to 9 over the last 24 hours. And that's, of course, Celsius, or more like 80 to 46 in Fahrenheit. And I think that might be also what's affecting silver. We've had almost a schizophrenic move here as well, where at the beginning of the day it was trading higher than 80, and as we approach the end of the day, it's at 72. There's been a lot happening in the precious metal markets over the Christmas period, and it's probably worth just spending a little bit of time to think about what exactly is going on. Obviously, we've had this incredible acceleration over the course of the last 6 weeks, and it's been a very bullish period for precious metals generally, considering that back in January, silver was trading at $30 and yesterday was at 80. This has been one of the best years for precious metals in a very long time. And there has been an enormous amount of competition out there to be the biggest bull, to sound like the biggest expert, to try and make a name for oneself, and to build a business on the back of being the biggest bull. And that is emblematic of every bull market. You always have someone who wants to be the biggest bull in a bull market, because that is how you make a name for yourself, and that's how you make a lot of money from a bull market. But that has nothing to do with the trend itself. And this was a clear acceleration, and today's downside key day reversal is certainly something to pay attention to. It suggests a peak of at least near-term significance. Now, when we look at what else is going on in the international markets, the stock markets generally were in weaker territory today, not in an especially dynamic manner though. So the Hang Seng was down about 0.7%, and that was probably the worst performer internationally. Wall Street, having been in negative territory all day, didn't really close down very much. So the S&P was down a third of 1%, so really nothing to write home about. All of the dynamic moves were really concentrated in the precious metals. So palladium was down heavily. This is actually the second downside key day reversal in the last 3 sessions. Then we had a very large downward dynamic as well in platinum prices, and gold was down by $200 and coming back to test the region of the peak from back in October. But oil prices were steadier, up $1. Natural gas was up 32 cents, so that's really quite a significant dynamic up on the upside. At one point today, orange juice was up the limit. It didn't quite close up the limit, but this is certainly starting to look like support coming through following a very deep downward trend over the